Let's take a look at an industrial latching illuminated panel switch. It's not very bright, is it? I mean, seriously, when it's on, it is very dull. But having said that, this is a 380 volt indicator module, and I'm just running it on just on 247 volts at the moment. When I do turn it on, it shows a power dissipation of about 0.37 watts, a current of 1 milliamp, roughly, and very high power factor, 0.9. Which kind of hints at resistive current limiting inside it. I wonder what it is. We shall find out, because I'm about to take it apart. Let's unplug this and get the wires out of it, and then we shall separate it into lots of different pieces. So I will actually pull the wires out of this first. I'll zoom down it as well, so you can see what's involved here. There we go. So there are two switch modules. There's a normally open contact, there's a normally closed contact, and there is the illuminated module here. I shall just remove the little wire links from the back because I tend to separate them into their component pieces. Put the wires out the way for reuse later on. Things worthy of note. There is a screw-on protective ring here that can be removed if you want a more accessible button. I suppose that's for where you want to be able to just smash an emergency stop button, but it's a universal switch housing. The plastic housing inside the green cover looks as though it can unclip. I've not tried that. This is the latching mechanism that if you click this over, the button can stay in the panel. So you can mount the button itself into the panel and then physically click this in the back of it. And the actual latching mechanism is incorporated into this, and if I click this, you'll see it rotating in steps as I push it in and out. It's quite neat. It's like a standard plastic pen. And these are, if you search on eBay for 22mm panel indicator, in fact, some of the best keywords are 22mm and 380 volt, because that's the sort of voltage between two phases in China. So let's take a look at the this bit now, because this is, I'm kind of interested in the illuminated module here. So everything comes apart. As usual, I'm just looking for the screwdriver. I've misplaced the screwdriver that I need. Here it is. Everything comes apart, as is common with these modules, by unclipping it, just lifting this little latch up, and then you can take the contacts out. The red one, it's themed, I guess, on the emergency stop, because it is normally closed, and when you basically smash the button in, it breaks the circuit to the control circuit. The other contacts will come out likewise by prising that up, and then popping the module out. Green for the normally open. It doesn't pass through in the back like some other ones that you can just keep stacking them. It is just basically a dedicated module. And this is the bit we're kind of interested in. Oh, look at the other bits as well. This is a little indicator. If you look at the very tip of this, it's got two anvils, if you will. It looks like a bipolar LED. So it's basically, instead of applying any rectification, I guess, it is just applying AC to the LED. Oh, and it's got a little logo on the side. It shows two resistors. That does make sense with what we were reading earlier on. Let's see if we can pop this open without breaking it. But if it does break, I'm not too bothered. I got it so we could see what's inside. This is very tightly clipped together. Let's get the spudger into it. The new, oh, just stuck something to it. The new replacement Disassembly spudger, fastpc.co.uk, Super Inox. This one also came as a pack with one of the small ones. I think this thing's glued together. Is it glued together? I'm not so sure. What should we break the new spudger? Is there anything else I should know here? Is there a little latch here? Am I going to have to pause momentarily? Maybe I have to take the screws out completely, but I wouldn't expect you would have to do that. Let's try applying force. Yeah, this is, how is this held together? There's no screws or anything like that. Yes, right, tell you what, I'll just pause while I try and open this. One moment, please. And resume. Apparently, it's put together, by the look of it, with not, I think it's melted together, I'm not really sure. It's really ripped the plastic to get out. I wondered if initially it was just the screws being put in that locked it in place, but that didn't seem to help. Also, I couldn't get the screws completely out. And there is also that little bit of thread that goes in. So very, very hard to get open. Once it is open, it reveals the inside. We've got the AC LED, plus we've got two of these hideously hard to read resistors. Violet, yellow, black, red. 7... Is that yellow? No, I think that's green. Violet, green, black, red. 75k? Hold on, let me get the meter in. Put it to something appropriate. 75k-ish? Yes, 75k. So it's got effectively 150k's worth of resistors in line with it. Okay. Could do better. I'd almost be tempted with something like this to go for the lower voltage AC one and stick an external capacitor as a capacitive dropper to get it brighter. But having said that, it's fine. Okay, out goes that shattered carnage that will never work again. Let's see if we can open these. Are these going to be done the same way? That would be so annoying if they were. So this is the normally closed. This is where the contacts ping out everywhere. They usually do. I think this thing has been fused together very tightly. Oh, they didn't want us opening this at all, did they? Oh dear. Is this going to be the same again? It's almost like they've ultrasonically welded them in some way. I'm not really sure. What if I unscrew these all the way out? Is that going to help with opening it? And then stick the pliers in, use them reverse style. That is not opening easily. And again, it's in the middle that it seems to be stuck. I may have to pause again. This does come across, and I'm not going to break my new spudger in this. Let's have another go. Let's use a stabby screwdriver instead and just see if I can prise this open. This contact is not going to work again. That's okay. I do this so you don't have to. Yeah, that is just stuck together so tightly. This is where the contacts do ping out, isn't it? Oh, I am going to have to pause again because this is just going to go on forever. The other bit did take forever to get apart. What is holding this together? Serious force. Well, the plastic's come off. Oh, it's got little stakes put in. I wonder if they're glued or it's just purely a friction fit. This is probably going to make loud clicky noises. Anyway, right, okay, that's not helping much, is it? No. Anyway, there's the contacts. When I push down, it's not a click action. It is strictly a springy action. And guess that based on other ones, they normally just have the same plunger assembly, but with the contacts flipped. And that's what does the making contact. So it's not a springy, instantaneous action contact. But there we have it. Kind of interested to see if we can get this apart any further. Destroy everything. I mean, I've destroyed everything. Let's take the whole thing apart. This will be latched in. It will have been clicked in a way that it's going to get broken, isn't it? It is going to get broken. What about the front? Can I pop the cover off easily without breaking the rim? No, that's clicked on super tight. Oh, it's bent that. So yeah, this is now completely ruined. That comes off. You could put your logo on it, but getting the cover off is not that easy because it is in a recess. What about this? That's a little light guide there. That's black. It would have been nicer if that had been white. Am I going to be able to get this out? That is a captive ring. Ooh, that little black reflector has popped out. Any joy with this? So there's a little floating ring that rotates. Does that ring come off? Is there a little thing that unclips here? That that kind of unclips. I don't think it's necessarily going to be too happy about unclipping. So there's a little retaining ring. That means this little ratchet ring now comes off. And is it going to come out now? No, it's not. Anything else I can take out here? Is it latched into the plastic housing? I think it is. I think when it's been pushed in, it's gone in with considerable force. Ugh. And it ain't necessarily going to come back out. There's a little retaining ring. And there's a spring. So there you go. Little plastic cap with the multi-section clippy-on plastic bits with the ratchet and then the rotating ratchet ring that actually causes it to latch in and out. But there we go. That's total destruction. I've destroyed literally everything here. I mean, could that have gone any better? Yes, it could actually have gone a lot better, but not to worry. That is it. That's what's inside one of those very dim, not very excitingly bright at all, latching industrial control panel switches. If you look online, look for that 22mm panel switch and the 380 volt rating, and that's what will find a lot of things like this. And once you've found one, then you'll find all the other voltages to match that. But those are two of the best keywords.